Hey everyone, David C. Anderson here coming at you from the KnifeCenter. And today we're pitting a pair of hard-use tactical folding knives against each other. It's the Cold Steel SR1 versus the SOG Seal XR. Let's do this. Both of these knives feature big blades with aggressive handles and overbuilt construction, and each one is actually something of a spin-off from fixed blades in their respective lineups. The SR1, of course, is the folding knife offshoot of Cold Steel's popular SRK survival rescue knife, while the Seal XR pulls some design heritage from their Seal fixed blades, particularly with the shape of the spine of the blade and the finger grooves on the handle. I'd say they definitely both share a very similar mission. They're meant to be good options for a combat or survival knife, a hard working knife. They're basically meant for the toughest jobs out there where you would reach for a knife. The steel is S35 VN, and we've got nearly 4 inches of reach on both of these knives. They also both share a clip point profile, although the SR1 is also available as a tanto if you wish. Keeping up with the similarities, both also feature flat grinds and a swedge. Where they diverge a little bit, the Cold Steel comes with a satin finish, as you can see, with some contrasting grain direction, whereas the SOG is coated black. In this case, it's a titanium nitride coating. Both are good all-around utility blade shapes in addition to their excellent combat credentials. And each one of them is pretty thick too, so that they can stand up to the abuse that these knives are billed to be able to handle. Each is a full 3/16 of an inch thick, which is territory normally reserved for burly fixed blades. And with construction like that, their locks need to be strong enough to back things up with the security that you're going to need to explore the limits of these blades. The SR1 features Cold Steel's excellent triad lock, which has been time proven to be one of the strongest folding knife locks in the industry, boasting internal improvements over a traditional lockback that increase the strength and longevity of the design. With that kind of pedigree, I'd have no qualms about pushing this knife very hard. The Seal XR features SOG's new XR lock, which is their take on the crossbar style lock pioneered by the Axis lock. Although theirs is new to the market, this style of lock has long been shown to be very durable. It also adds the advantage of blade flickability. Hold the bar back and the action is effortless. Especially since SOG's execution of this lock stages the blade out as soon as you pull the crossbar back, and you get a ball bearing pivot as part of the deal too, which makes things very smooth and effortless. In addition, if you don't want to open it that way, you also have the flipper tab, which works well, and also a thumb cutout for more deliberate one-hand opening with your thumb. Being of lockback lineage, the SR1 is understandably a more deliberate opener by its very nature. It has a pair of nice large thumb studs for easy opening, and although it can be made to flick, I do need to apply a little bit of wrist action to get it to work well, but you can tell that it's happier with the slow and steady route. Speaking of the inherent natures of both of these locks, both of them actually provide for very good ambidextrous use. Because neither of them are biased to either hand, both lefties and righties can use them equally well. Both of these locks are actually biased towards closure as well, which is a nice touch for keeping things buttoned up in your pocket or if you're carrying them loose in a bag. Now when it comes to the grip, both of these knives feature aggressive handles that are designed to ensure that you never lose your grip on the knife. Consequently though, you may want to use gloves if you're putting either of these blades to serious work. The Seal XR features glass reinforced nylon handles, and they're contoured and have a diamond texture on the sides. Like some of their Seal fixed blades, we also get 4 full finger grooves, and we've got jimping on this knife that starts at the flipper tab, goes back, wraps around, and doesn't really end until you get halfway up the spine of the blade. The flipper tab also acts as a forward finger guard that's going to keep you from sliding forward. Overall, it's a large handle that can fit even larger hands, and you get an impressive amount of grip with this knife. The SR1 features roughly the same amount of effective handle length, but it features G10 slabs without the contouring of the SOG. It also doesn't have a flipper, so it has to rely on a guard made from the G10 itself. Now due to the handle shape, you do get a bit more reach overall with the Cold Steel because of this area in front of the pivot that extends the blade out a little bit further if you're holding the two up side by side. That area also gives you a little spot where you can choke up on with your index finger to control the blade more easily. Overall, the texture on the side of the G10 is a little bit stronger than the SOG's texturing, but it lacks those dedicated finger grooves, which some people may prefer, but you do lose the contouring of the handle in the process. Now, both of these knives on their handles feature a reversible pocket clip. These are tip-up designs that work on the left or the right, and both of them are nice and broad too. They give you a good contact patch with your pants for good retention. The Seal XR actually adds in one extra feature over the cold steel. They've got a protruding metal pommel that they are calling a persuader tool, if you know what I mean. It's a good point for striking, and it's actually part of the metal backspacer. And that bit of metal and the broader blade contribute to this knife being roughly an ounce heavier than the cold steel. That said, neither of them is a lightweight. The SR1 comes in at about 7.3 ounces, while the Seal XR 8.2 ounces. But along with that weight comes an excellent build quality and attention to detail that's executed very well, and honestly, it's hard-pressed to pick a winner between the two, at least on that front. Both are put together nicely, the tolerances are good, the grinds are nicely done, and they should both give you years and years of reliable service. So which knife would you choose? Would you go for the proven triad lock of the cold steel SR1, or the faster operating newcomer in the SOG Seal XR? Be sure to let us know in the comments which knife would get your pick, and let us know if you've got a preferred alternative to these two great knives too. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe, and to get your hands on either of these blades, you can click the links in the description to head over to KnifeCenter.com. I'm David C. Anderson from the Knife Center, signing off. See you next time.
Beans, 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 beans.
Providing a good contact pants.
Contact pants. Was that so hard? Apparently so.
Apparently it was. What's a contact pant? Reset for beans.
Beans.
Bose?
Wait, we've already done the bean thing.